This is Just a Little Crush, Book 1 in the Sterling Family Crossover Series. Written by Carly Phillips and Erica Wilde. Narrated by Sean Masters and Andi Arndt.
Chapter 1. Stevie. "Come on, Val," I called out to my sister, who was still in the bathroom getting ready, or maybe even stalling. "I don't want to be late, considering this is a surprise birthday party for Raven." I'd met Raven, who was one of my closest friends in the city, through my waitressing job at the Back Door in Manhattan. A few minutes later, Valerie finally emerged. While she looked beautiful in a modest black dress, and her makeup and blonde bobbed hair were on point for the occasion, her face showed the emotional toll the past weeks had taken. The depression she'd fallen into after leaving her abusive ex wasn't hard for me to miss, and I hated that my sister's normal, vibrant personality had been dimmed by Mark Branson, aka the entitled asshole. My sister was all I had in the world, and I wasn't about to lose her the same way we'd lost our mother when our father had choked her to death during one of his drunken rages. Which was why, when Mark had been out golfing the Saturday after I'd seen a bruise on Val's cheek, I'd packed up her things and had moved her into my place. It didn't matter that I lived in a very minuscule one-bedroom apartment in Elmhurst, Queens, which was all I could afford on my earnings as a waitress and intern at Dare PR 2 days a week. There was no denying it was cramped having Valerie live here with me, but I didn't care. The only thing that mattered to me was knowing she was safe and out of Mark's clutches. Not that Mark hadn't continued harassing Valerie after the breakup. He'd basically stalked her, physically and through texts, and even though I'd convinced Valerie to get a restraining order against him, the whole situation had caused my sister to become more withdrawn, and she'd isolated herself in my apartment. Which was the main reason why I'd insisted Valerie accompany me to tonight's party. To give her some normalcy and get her out in public again, so she didn't become a complete shut-in. I wanted to see that spark back in her eyes, along with the confidence she'd had before Mark had systematically broken her down. "You look amazing," I told her, trying to boost her morale. "And you're going to have a great time tonight. Knowing Remy, he went all out with the food, and the entertainment will be top-notch. The guy doesn't do things halfway, not when it comes to Raven." Valerie didn't look convinced about joining me. "I'm sure you'd have a much better..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?